welcome back to our SQL tutorial series. Today's video we will learn how to write a SQL query to find users who took the same training lessons more than once on the same day. So this is a one of the question which is asked in interviews recently. So let's try to find out the way ahead. So there are two tables. One table is users or person, and there is another table that is a training details on which there is a user training ID, user ID, training ID, and the corresponding dates. So task was to find task is to find write a SQL query to get the list of users who took the training lessons more than once in the same day. And of course we need to order them based on the recent lesson date to the oldest lesson date. So let's try to start with the approach what we can do right now. So if I run this query, we will be getting the below table where the response which is having person ID training and training data as we have seen in the text format. And there must be one another table from person where we are having the details about the person. So this is our table, second table. So let's try to find out the result of the query which is asked as a question. So here the question is to we need to find we need to find the list of users who took the training lesson more than once in the same day. So what we want to from looking the result set, what we can think, we need to find out if there is if there is a person who took the same training on the same day more than one. So let's suppose the person one with the training ID one took a training on 2015 8 and 2. So if I see that there is another thing where person ID is one, training ID is one, and the date is also same 2015 802. So which implies that the same person took the same training on the same date twice. So this should be listed, isn't it? So this signifies that we need to find out something where our person is same, training ID is same, and the training date is also same. So for this, one thing comes in our mind is group by. So we'll start with group by on let's suppose person ID and training ID and the training date. So if I do this, so what I will be in position that I can have the person ID in my selection criteria, my training ID on which training it is talking about, and the training date also. Like on this particular date, and I can use count star as count. So here I am able to identify that person one take training ID one on the this date how many times. So if I run this query, I will get the result set. So for example, if person ID is one and training ID is one, and on this date the count is three. So the same person took the same training on the same date thrice. So what we can do now, we need to filter out we need to filter out if someone takes only once, that is not our concern. So here we can filter this data based on having clause, based on having count star greater 1. So this will filter this data and we will get this information like person id this, training id is this, and on this particular training date the person took twice, this also took twice, and this took thrice. Now as we can see that we need to order the training date also from most recent, so we can use order by the training date, we can use training date, and we need to have it isn't decreasing order because we want most to least. So we can see that we have the date in order which is expected and the all the details which we needed. Now we can do one thing that we have the person id but we also need the name of the person. So we can join the table, we can join the table with person table p on p dot id is equal to td dot person id. So technically it is connected with the person id. So what we can do now in group by, now in group by I can use the person name also, it will not have any impact. So but idea will be to get the name, name of the person in my list, which is my criteria, selection criteria. So p dot name, what I want, what I want. So if I run this query now, I should get the result. So I get alias Johnson, take the training ID this, on this date, two times. So that's what is expected. So if we want to filter out the data like what I want, so this is the basic SQL query which really we want. So maybe we don't need the person ID, we don't need the count. If we don't need it, we can remove the training ID also. If we don't need it, we can have just this thing that this person takes information like Ali Johnson on training date took the same training more than once. So this is what uh, is needed, which was expected from us to filter out the data. Thanks all. Now it's your turn. Please try at your end how you can try it. Thank you guys.